Good morning, all my fellow incisive, penetrating, discriminating patriots. I was going to start this off with a rant against MarketWatch, whose story I'm covering here. Then I got to thinking a little bit. MarketWatch, for the most part, does a good job of reporting on financial news, which they're supposed to. This little story goes beyond the window because I figure if MarketWatch is supposed to be reporting financial news, if they report on a China flu story, that story should be about how it affects the financial health of that nation or our nation. This story doesn't do that. And the reason I'm not going to slam them is, like I said, for the most part, they do a damn good job of reporting on financial news. You've got to separate the wheat from the chaff. They're a hell of a lot better than Forbes. A long time ago, before I started investing, I decided to become knowledgeable on financial matters. I decided to subscribe to a bunch of different financial magazines, one of which was Forbes. Yeah. Out of all the financial magazines I subscribe to, Forbes actually taught me the least about finances, about companies, about what to watch for in the market. Forbes was more of a lifestyle of the rich and famous than it was about reporting hard financial data. So I don't think, well, I can't even say if Forbes has changed or not in the many years since I used to subscribe to them. Somehow I doubt they have. Let's get on now with this story. Take a look at the headline. India's China flu crisis is a crime against humanity, says prize-winning author as nation sets new case record. Now, since they're talking about quoting this prize-winning author, you would think that that would be their opening paragraph, talking about the author. No, it's not. We have to delve pretty deep into the article before we get what little they say about the author. Let's run silent, run deep until we get there. I'll start with the paragraph above where they talk about the author because, well, that sets the stage for what the author says. India Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been widely criticized for his handling of the crisis and a failure to halt political rallies that have become super spreader events with tens of thousands gathering closely without face masks. He has been slammed for failing to cancel a Hindu festival that brought thousands of people to a ritual bath in the river Ganges, also without face masks. The Indian Prime Minister is being slammed for allowing religious freedom in his country. Imagine right now there's this huge Muslim festival going on called Ramadan. What if he refused the Muslims the right to gather in their mosque during this time frame? Do you think he would be lauded for his stopping of super spreading events? Or do you think he would be slammed for restricting the religious freedom of these Muslims? Now, here is the prize-winning author they're talking about. Arundhati Roy, winner of the 1997 Booker Prize for her novel. I don't even know what the Booker Prize is, to tell you the truth. I know I've heard of it before, but I wasn't fussed enough to look it up. Anyway, she wrote The God of Small Things. added her voice to the chorus of outrage in an essay for The Guardian. I actually looked up this essay for The Guardian, and it's a long, rambling anti-Indian rant against India and its government. I can't tell you that I read completely through it. I scanned it 3 different times trying to pick up the heart of it, and every time I scanned a certain part of it, it was a bitch against India and its government. As you can see, Modi's premature victory lap in the pandemic when he boasted in January of India's success in containing the virus at the World Economic Forum. Look at the next sentence. A few months later, and the country's crematoria and graveyards are so overburdened that funeral pyres are being improvised in parks and car parks, she wrote. Yeah, she is slamming the Prime Minister and the Indian government over the China virus. In case you didn't know it, India is the second most populous nation in the world, and they're the 7th richest nation in the world. So how they decide to conduct their fight against this virus that started in China, but which this author wishes to blame India for, yeah, wrap your head around that if you can. This obscure author wishes to slam India, and more importantly, its government, Modi, the Prime Minister, for this outbreak in the China flu. In her haste to slam her own country and her own government for her failure to foresee the unforeseeable. Wow, all I can say to her is, you. Yeah, you and the horse you rode in on.